Myers Metal Detectors, located in sunny Tampa, Florida, where we sell nothing but fun and adventures, treasure hunting gear, and anything you can imagine for metal detecting. Give us a call, 813-237-1939. Happy hunting and dig deeper.
Live from sunny Florida, it's Treasure Talk.
Everybody, this is Jeff with Treasure Talk, inviting you to join us tonight with KG and Ringy. And now here is the star of our show. Here's Philip.
My goodness,
You should be
Jeff.
here, dude. There you go.
You do this funnier every week. Thank you, my friend. Well, folks, I think he just likes to hear me laugh. Anyway, today, folks, we are excited because we have two wonderful guests, KG and Ringy, and they'll be on here for a second. But I guess first I need to tell you that today's show is brought to you by your friends at Myers Metal Detectors, where we not only sell fun, but we sell adventure. Jeff, do you want me to read the disclaimer?
Yes, please do.
Read the disclaimer we have to do every week. The views and thoughts, opinions expressed by the Treasure Talk guests and members belong solely to the guest or member, not necessarily to Myers Metal Detectors, Phil Myers, Jocelyn Myers, or Jeff Monin. And there we go.
Yes. So one little other bit of housekeeping. You know, we're starting the sticker club, so I made a post on the page. The stickers that we're giving away with tonight's show, but you have to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to me to get them. And it's, you know, it's going to be one from the Diggin' Canuck. She's been a guest. Y'all need to check out her live streams and on YouTube. We've got from the History Digger. He's a great YouTube channel. Check it out, along with you know, the KG and the Ringmaster. You got to watch them. And we've got Northern Lights, another great channel. And here we go. Treasure hunting with Digger Toledo. He's in the house.
Yeah, he's in here in Tampa. He's going to come see me tomorrow, the next day.
Yeah. And you also get, whether you want it or not, you get one of these and one of these.
Absolutely.
So without any more stuff going on, let's bring the guys in, shall we? Okay, there's one. And there's two. There we go.
Write them down.
Hi, guys.
Hey, everybody.
They look sporty and ready for action.
Take it away, Philip.
Okay, folks. Well, today's show we're gonna just answer questions that my wife is thankful she's going to write them down and hand them to me because they kind of go by the screen so fast. But anyway, let's just get started right away. First, guys, tell us where you're at right now so everybody knows.
I'm actually home here in southeast Kansas right now with the family, and we actually might celebrate Christmas tomorrow because my wife has to work Christmas. So,
yeah, and I'm in Arizona. I'm in the lovely ATC studios here, and I basically
where at in Arizona?
Up in the mountains, about an hour and a half from Phoenix. It's a little town, cool. Prescott Valley.
Give them your address and your phone number, will you, Tim?
Yeah, it's 123 KG Drive.
So, Tim, how's CB?
She's doing good. She's, I don't know where she is right now, but she's been really busy. I know, I don't know if you guys know this, but she has one of those giant quilting machines. It's like 12 foot long, and she's really busy this time of year because people are trying to get quilts done for Christmas, you know? So yeah. She's swamped, and we just made a huge investment in a brand new one of them because the one she had was just kind of on its last legs. So yeah. There's a huge Christmas present right there.
Yeah, you mentioned to me the other day that you had your phone die. That's something you don't need at Christmas time either.
It's so bad. I mean, KG make fun of me because I always I'll use my phone until it literally dies. And it was an iPhone 6 and it had been beaten and driven over and dropped and everything cracked. And finally it quit taking a charge. So I couldn't even recover my contacts. Every
Oh
time
my
somebody sent me an email on this new phone, I'd have to say, who is this?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, Philip, got some
Okay.
questions?
Yeah, I got some questions. Just getting ready to rock and roll here. I guess the first one is kind of a live one. Who is really the best or the better detectorist of you two guys?
I'll answer that. I'll answer that.
Okay, George.
Me? No. You know what? I don't know. Usually, if I see Tim in an area, I usually won't go back over that area because he's pretty darn good at what he does. But I don't know. I mean, I think I might find a little bit more than him.
That's right there.
Okay, Tim, rebuttal?
Well, yeah, it is really pretty darn close. And you know what made me think about that the other day? Somebody, we get emails and, stuff, texts and all this stuff all the time. And somebody just randomly asked me, it's like, who has won more of the contests on your TV shows? And I legitimately don't know the answer to that because I think it's really, really close. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen both of you have to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
You know,
there were some bad ones.
Well, yeah, it was funny. It was funny. Definitely.
Okay.
So what else you got, Phil?
Yeah, let's just keep rolling along here real quick. I guess Jocelyn wants me to read this one out because she doesn't want to write it down. It's rather long. Okay. What is Ryan Ekman's asking, what is the proper or best way to clean an item that is extremely encrusted with coral or black sand and you can't tell what's inside the clump? I've been told so many things, just would like your opinions. Thank you. So give us your opinions, guys.
I'd say with that
Sledgehammer.
hammer, yeah, definitely.
That works.
Yes, it does. Yeah, the hammer to get it open, I guess. I guess you want to find out what's inside the clump, so you got to get it open somehow. So anyway, the least taxing way to get it open would probably be the best bet. It's my thoughts anyway. But
Yeah, I actually have a few things that Tim and we were up in the outer banks one time, and I still have a couple items that are encrusted in barnacles and stuff. And to this day, they're still sitting in my display case, and I have no clue what they are. But I know some of the stuff we would kind of break off the stuff with a hammer, and then we would throw it in the tumbler and just hope it wasn't something super valuable and tumble it up. And that's about the only way that we know of to properly clean, something like that. But I mean, I'm probably going to get all kinds of hate mail for that, but that's what we do.
Well,
Well,
a lot of that stuff, when you find it, it's already ruined, and if it's made out of silver or gold, it's not going to really deteriorate anyway. So if you put it in CLR or something like that, you can't hurt it, So I don't know. I'll get all kinds of hate mail for that too, but I'm a big proponent of cleaning up stuff. If you found it, it's not some rare heart-stopping find. You find a handful of wheat pennies and you want to be able to read the dates, then go ahead and throw them in a tumbler or clean them up.
heck yeah.
yeah, something to make them look nice so at least people can see them in the display.
Right.
I go to a lot of club meetings, and a lot of times the people will have coins and stuff that's completely black. Nobody can see it. And it might be an 1800s coin, but it's a common date. But somebody's got a bicentennial quarter next to it, and they wonder why that quarter won the competition because people could see it.
They know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they know what it is. So you got to be able to see the target. All right.
Yeah, if you actually...
I was just going to add one
grow,
stage. One more thing about that. It is very easy if you don't know what you're doing to over clean something and make it like ridiculously shiny or something. So you got to kind of experiment with, some junky flat coins or whatever you have, and make sure you know what you're doing once you start cleaning something that's a little bit more valuable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the good thing about leaving it crusty, George, in your display case, you can tell them whatever you think you want to tell them that it is, and they can't
Right.
prove you wrong. You could tell them,
That's
hey,
right.
this is pirate treasure, man.
That's Spanish doubloons all day, gold and silver. Yep.
Yeah. Heck
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, let me keep running down my question sheet here that keeps getting thrown in. Gary Toledo said, are you guys going to continue doing your YouTube shows? You got
You
anything
want me
planned?
to take the page?
But I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're always working on YouTube and doing new shows all the time. Tim, he's constantly putting stuff together. Every time he's like, "Oh, this is it, man. This is just so much work. I'm not gonna do it anymore." He'll message me, "Send me all your footage." He goes, "I'm putting another one together." So we'll probably always be putting videos and digging with KG and Ringy, stuff out there probably forever, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That being said, we hadn't really made an official announcement or anything, but here's as good a place as any to do it. But we actually have a lost episode of the Digging with KG and Ringy show that never made air. We're going to let that be released probably next month. It was filmed a couple years ago overseas, and it's kind of a cool episode.
Awesome.
Good.
Now, did you guys ever get to hunt or work with Charles Garrett? No.
No. We were supposed to go down there one year, and things just happened with us filming. We were filming so much at that time that by the time we were done filming, like the third season and stuff like that, we finally were going to try to plan on going down there, and that was the year Charles passed away. So it's hard that we didn't make it down there because, like you say, he's always been our idol, even though we've never met him.
Have you read his biography?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good read for the members here on the show. That's a good one to pick up, the Charles Garrett biography. But I'm going to read a couple items in here that I thought were awesome. If you guys would just indulge me on this. Okay, he's got 3 points, and this is from Charles Garrett. Because you can only find treasure where people have lost it, research techniques are important. Now, is that no truer statement could be made there? That's the first point. And the second one is you must go out and seek the treasure with patience and hard work. It won't come to you. I think that's where a lot of people lose it on treasure hunting. They don't want to do the work to go out and
Right.
actually hunt and get better with their Garrett detector, and it's just amazing that he wrote that in this book. So I'm recommending this to my readers here and to the people on the show. Even the third point I want to make, even the finest metal detector in the world won't locate treasure when there's nothing beneath its search coil. So 3 interesting points right there. So,
right.
For people. But let me get back to my questions, and that brings up my good friend Bob Hughes, who we managed to get the closed captions on the Facebook show so he can hear me when we're talking. He was asking which one of your wives quilt, and I didn't know anything about that, but you guys were already talking about that. And then he says every time he sees you, you're using the AT Pro detector. Have you guys switched over to the Apex yet, or are you still using AT Pro, AT Gold?
Go ahead, Tim.
Well, we actually for years and years now we have been using the AT Max. Once the Gold came out, when that first came out, we were part of the original test team for it in the mountains of Idaho, and we kind of fought against it because we liked the AT Pro so much. And then we ended up loving the AT Gold so much we used that for coin and relic hunting. And then when the AT Max came out, you know, again, we're both thinking, well, we like what we're using. We don't want to change again. And we got so used to that Max and ended up loving it. We've used it ever since. And now this year we got to test the Apex, and we've had all kinds of success with it. And of course, you know, I don't know if it's like what it was, but the fact that it was, you know, not shaped like an AT Pro or an AT Max, I just thought, oh, I'm not going to like this. And I'm so used to it, and we've done so well with it. KG, you can attest to this too. When I go out with it, I feel so confident I can leave my AT Max at home if I feel like it. You know, it depends on where I'm going, but especially being out here in Arizona where things don't get that deep a lot of the time. I mean, I'm just going crazy with it, and I'm having a great time. And when we were testing it out at Bauman in New England, I was using that little new Ripper coil. It's the smaller size coil on it, and Miguel and I, Miguel from Garrett, we were around this old foundation that had been devastated, not just that year before, by all kinds of different machines and people. And he pulled a halfpenny, a British halfpenny, and I pulled a big button out right next to this place where they'd been hunting in the trash, and it was like 8-9 inches down. So, I mean, we've become really confident and really happy with the Apex. Go ahead, Cage, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, yeah. I've like we use that AT Max so much that when the Apex came out and they said, "Well, here you guys go. You guys need to go test this." We were going to these really incredible spots to metal detect, and we were so afraid that we were going to miss something that we would be like, "Man, I just want to use my Max. I don't want to miss nothing. I don't want to miss nothing." But when we did go to Bone, we said, we're going to use this machine every single day. We're going to learn it like the back of our hand. And ever since then, that's the only one I've taken out. In fact, I went out the last 3 days here in Kansas. Me and my wife went out the other day. She found an Indian head penny and some wheat pennies and stuff like that. And I mean, with that small coil, I mean, I'm not just pushing the machine because, you know, Garrett sponsors us or whatever. I mean, that's an awesome, incredible machine. I mean, in fact, I got 2 of them in my truck right now, and I'm going to go tomorrow.
How'd you get to it?
Never mind. I know people.
He knows people. So
Yeah.
you switched over from the AT Max, and one thing I noticed about it, it sure seems a lot lighter and I think more ergonomic. So if you
definitely. I mean, you could, you know, plug it in and charge it, and you get probably a couple days out of the battery out of it. Super light. I know Tim likes that with his little wimpy arms and stuff, you know. But I would honestly go to any field with anybody and feel like I'm not losing out by using this Apex. I mean, I will go to any field and hunt with that and feel like I have just as good of a chance as anybody. I don't care what they're running. I mean, maybe there's little things they can tweak and find more, but I literally, that's how confident I am with it.
yeah. I think it takes time to get used to a new detector, and I think that's everybody. You know, you get so used to your AT Pro or your AT Max, and then changing over, I think takes a little time. But I'm glad you guys have done that. So that you answered my next question, which Mike Mayo was asking your thoughts on the Apex, and you pretty much.
Well, I can add one more thing, and that is, like, if I went, say, to England or whatever, I still feel like I'd need that security blanket of a, you know, like my AT Max. I just like to have it there with me. But that being said, if I was to go out, I did a test in North Carolina on a saltwater beach there, and I was absolutely in shock. I know we have a video, a quick hitter of it, but I was so stunned. It was still in the prototype stage, but it worked way better than a Max would because it's not designed for saltwater beaches, and this has its own saltwater mode. So if you're hunting the beach and you're out on one of the coasts, the Apex is definitely going to outperform the Max just because, you know, it doesn't have all that hot chatter and stuff. And in fact, the apex was so quiet that I'd take my little metal scoop and go like this and swing it over the coil just to make sure it was still on. And I was pulling coins out at 10 inches, no problem. And I pulled some copper pipe piece out that was like 15 inches down. It was ridiculous. So I would go to, if I had to go to the beach, I would take the apex and leave everything else at home.
It goes
Yeah,
deeper than
and
you
I
want to
know,
dig.
sorry, I know a lot of people were kind of hung up that it's not waterproof, you know, and I'm sure they'll work on that, but it's definitely water resistance because when we were at the Bone, we hunted for 2 straight days in a downpour of rain, and we never had any problem with water getting into it and ruining it at all. I mean, but I mean, you would think it would have ruined it. I know you can't submerge it and hold it underwater, but you can definitely hunt in the rain with it. We did.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of got a weatherproof design on it. So,
Well, that's kind of what Steve Moore was telling us too when he was on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I think you're right. I think probably in the future, as things move along, they'll probably make it waterproof.
yeah, come out with another one, you know.
So, have you guys got any trips overseas planned now, or maybe in 2021? Now that it looks like maybe the COVID will ease up a little bit.
And I hope so. I mean, we usually, heck, we were supposed to go to Russia and Italy and Germany and all over the place this year, but obviously we got shut out of that. But I
Mm-hmm.
think if we can start going back overseas as soon as that can happen, they're going to be sending us over there because they send us over there a lot, which is awesome, especially like England and stuff like that. We get to meet up with, you know, Gary Smith and all them guys and just spend a couple weeks over there just filming and you know, trying out the new machine. Hopefully we can bring it over there with some extra coils and see how it does.
Yeah.
Gold staters.
Gold Stater.
Yeah, you
I
guys
found a
go ahead.
I was gonna say I found a Saxon penny over there, and Rainey found a Saxon penny, and then I found a Saxon skeet. You know, but the Saxon pennies are silver, and they say that they're harder to find than a hammered gold coin. I haven't found a hammered gold, but I found one of them Saxons, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm waiting for it to go through the treasure process so I can get it back.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going over in September to England, and hopefully we're going to find some old Saxon stuff and Celtic stuff and Romans
Yeah.
and that type of thing. So I'm looking forward to that.
So you guys do some trips over there, don't you? Didn't you do that like last year?
Oh, yeah, we do the thing with metal detecting holidays every year. We take a group over and we hunt for 7 to 10 days, and it's just a blast because we stay right next to a castle there, and right across the street from the castle is, of course, the pub, and it's the only thing basically in town, and within walking distance. So, you know,
That
it's
works.
hunt all the daylight hours. You're out hunting, and then you come back, you shower up quick, and then you spend the rest of the night in the pub. It's awesome.
Well, I hope that
we
metal.
have food. We have
Yeah.
food too, so you know.
And what
Well, we
happened to you?
lost Tim. I don't know what happened. He'll
His
come
wife
back in.
probably just clobbered him.
Oh, you might have to
Well, we
send
hope not.
a new
His
link.
wife must have heard that and killed
I
him.
better send him a new link.
And
This is way
well,
better.
let me go keep going on my questions here.
No, he's here. Let me find him.
Just find them. Well,
This
I'll
is
keep talking with George. Mark Hoover, a friend of mine, he's saying that they need to multi-frequency the AT series, and I know the Garrett needs a waterproof multi-frequency detector, absolutely. So you can give them your thoughts. Everybody likes that AT series, so if they made that multi-frequency, that would be perfect.
yeah. Can you hear me, Phil?
Oh yeah, I hear you. Perfect.
Okay. I see my screen's froze up, so I sort of wanted to make sure I didn't get booted off too. Yeah, I think they got actually have a lot of stuff going on back in the facility right now. Sometimes they don't tell Tim and I a whole lot until they need something tested. I don't know. They must not trust us or something. But yeah, they definitely got a lot of irons in the fire. The new CEO Steve Novakovich there, and he's right on top of everything. He actually metal detects. He travels with us, quite a bit. He's a super good guy, and he listens really well to all the inputs. So he's a darn good guy to have in there to get all that done.
Awesome. Well, who was that who asked that question? Joss, do you have the name? Oh, we got another question for you, George, and you can answer this one. What is the most unique location you were able to metal detect?
I know.
Ooh, man, there's several. There's so many. The Hatfield and McCoy site where they had that New Year's Eve fight and shootout and stuff. That was probably one of the coolest ones. Boy, another one was where we got to go look for them atomic bomb parts in Florence, South Carolina, and we actually, that was part of the Diggers show and stuff like that. And, man, Hatfield and McCoys, we were there. Bonnie and Clyde, we were there. We went to Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids hideout in Wyoming. There were just so many places that were just historically incredible that it's hard to just pick one. I mean, just to be a part of those, to be able to go to those spots, look for items, from that time period is just priceless.
Yeah, I think you went to Elvis's house or something. Wasn't that one of your shows?
Yeah, we went to Elvis's childhood, where he grew up, his childhood home, and we actually got a metal detect one of his good friends' yard. This guy he used to run around with, he actually still lived there. Well, supposedly when the reason Elvis got a guitar is this guy's father backed over the top of Elvis's red wagon and broke it. So he felt bad. He gave Elvis some money to go buy a new red wagon. But when he went to the store, he saw the guitar hanging up, and he decided to buy the guitar instead. So that's a pretty cool story. And Tim actually found an old time wagon wheel in that yard. So it's in the museum.
I saw that.
Speculating that he might be his.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I watched that show, and I also saw. I think it was you found his Gumby. Didn't you find his Gumby or somebody did?
Yeah. Tim found Gumby. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I thought that was.
Yeah, we found some cool stuff there.
Yeah. So Mike Mayo had asked that question. So you liked hunting the Hatfield McCoys too, huh? Yeah,
the Hatfield and McCoy. Yeah, Hatfield and McCoy was killed. Bonnie and Clyde, all of them were just really cool. Sometimes when we get to a spot, we're so intent in finding stuff, because if we don't find stuff, we don't have a show. And sometimes, you're so focused on finding stuff that you don't appreciate the actual history that went on in that area. So sometimes you just got to step back and think about what happened in them spots, and it's pretty cool to actually be a part of that.
Oh, it is. It's just, and it made for good TV too, especially for people who love history and digging and metal detecting, and even people who aren't into metal detecting. Now you kicked Mother. Did you kick George off?
Oh, no, he's still there.
I'm back. Okay. I was froze up. This is a way better show now. I mean, I don't even know why we had Tim on here anyway. What was that all about? We feel sorry for him.
There he is.
Oh, darn it.
He had to come back.
He's back.
I don't know what happened.
Oh,
wonderful world of the internet.
We must not like your comments, so we gave you the boot. Oh, goodness. Did we have more questions coming over?
Yeah. Greg wants to know who's selling the FH7 shirts.
That's nothing to do with
I know.
George and Tim. But one person asked, are you guys going to go to the Florida hunt?
I know that we're scheduled to go to the Charles Garrett Memorial Hunt, but I don't know if we're going there or not. It all just depends on if they open everything back up,
Yeah, everything is all tied to the COVID, but people are asking if you're going to be at different hunts around the country. And we have the one here in Florida. We have the Florida Hunt 7. That's the one you're going to, right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's in February. It's down near Gainesville, and
Yeah.
it's a nice, a good time, and it benefits the veterans and this type of thing. So, we talked to Steve Moore about it, and he was supposed to send him some information. So, possibly Garrett will have you guys come down, and hopefully, like I say, the COVID will be, behind us then, so we can get back to doing what we like to do.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and definitely
Yeah.
make like if you guys have events or things going on, just like send Steve more stuff, say you want us up there and stuff. And a lot of times, they'll try to put something together and get us to a place. So
Yeah, because it's real hard right now because they just don't know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so hopefully now we're going to be able to find some stuff out fairly quickly. We hope. So we'll see what we see,
Yep.
but we'll get some info to Steve.
So I always ask the guests if they found gold coins before. I know one of you guys found a gold coin, as I saw it on the show. Have you both found gold coins?
Yeah, actually, the one on the show was in New Orleans, and it was
Right.
an $1853, and that was like we got to split that one because we had teamed up. It was such a small area. One of us was digging and turning the dirt over, and the other one we'd take turns detecting, and so we kind of both get credit for that one. And then I found a full stater in England last year or the year before, and it was made of silver and gold. It actually has like silver markings on it, but it was when we wiped the dirt off of it, it was just buttery yellow colored because when they had switched over to make the silver coins, there was still a bunch of gold at the bottom apparently, and my coin got made out of half gold.
Well, that's
Well,
awesome.
that's good.
And what
Lucky.
was the date on it? Did it have a date?
Yeah, about 50 BC.
50 BC. Jeez. That's an old coin. We won't find that here in the U.S.
No.
No. Well, we did have a
it's
question
fine.
from YouTube.
You might
Go ahead,
in
Jeff.
Canada.
We got a question from a YouTube user about you get to keep the finds that you guys find on the show.
Go ahead, Kate.
Normally, no. When we were filming Diggers, probably 90 to 95% of everything we found had to go to the archives or museums, in the area, which was okay. It was fine with us because, we got to actually go to these places where you wouldn't be allowed to hunt anyway if you didn't donate everything, So most of the time, everything got donated. A lot of times, though, if we were like in private properties and stuff like that, a lot of times we'd have so much stuff on the table. The hosts that had us there and the people that own the land, they say, if you guys want some of the items on the table, you're welcome to take some. So we have been able to keep quite a bit of stuff that way. Like, we have stuff from the 7th Cavalry from South Dakota, from General Custer's regiment. That guy had found a bunch of stuff out there before, and he said, you guys want some of that? He goes, just take it. I got plenty of stuff. So we do get to keep some of the stuff, but like Hatfield and McCoy stuff, I mean, that stuff's so historically important that it just stayed there in Mingo County. In fact, it's in the Chamber of Commerce building in Mingo County, and it's generated millions of dollars in revenue for this poor community just from people all over the world coming just to see the stuff we found.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like you said, chances are you would never would have gotten to hunt there anyway. So, do they go behind you and make sure you're filling your holes in?
Well, what's funny is a lot of times they didn't want us to fill them in. We would dig a hole, we would put the item on the dirt, and we'd stick a flag in it, and then the archaeologist would come by, catalog everything, GPS it, and then his job was to bag it and fill in our holes. So sometimes we didn't have to fill in our own holes.
Geez, well, what you guys got to do on your next episodes and stuff is get somebody like they have on Oak Island to dig your holes. Say, hey, right there, mate, have them dig your hole.
Yeah, we'll have Gary dig our holes for us.
There you go.
That's it.
He'd love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
the top pocket find.
That's
Hey,
right, a Bobby Dazzler.
I just had a different type of question come across here. What is the worst thing you ever dug up?
Oh boy.
Uh,
Uh,
well, I got to tell this one story because it's really funny. It wasn't me; it was George's brother Bones, and he was detected in Montana back when we all lived in Montana, and he thought he had stumbled onto a mother lode. It was like a Folgers coffee can. And he thought it was full of coins or something. And he finally gets it out of the hole and pulls the lid off, and it's a cat skeleton.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
that's
You
the
never
same
remember
story I was
that.
gonna say.
oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
You still remind him of that, don't you?
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should. You know, it's one of those golden oldies that one has to remember.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, at least he wasn't at a homeless camp, and they used that for a poop can. So
Right.
Right.
that could be even worse. But
Yeah.
We were filming a show in I think we were Arizona, but we were filming a mining show. We were like a mile under the ground, and we were looking for old mining tools from the 1800s and stuff. Well, Tim crawls way back up into this little nook back there, and he comes walking out, and he's got all these old time like newspapers from the 1920s and 30s, and he's like reading them. He said, "Look at this! This is in pristine shape. 1930s and 1920s," and he's reading them, and the guy goes, "I don't think I would pick that up if I was you." And he goes, "Why?" He goes, that's what they use for toilet paper under here in the day." Yep.
oh, that's
Oh my
tough.
God.
So you got that hanging on the wall at home, right, Tim?
I do. It's right here.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
So the only hunt you guys know that you're kind of planning on is the one that Garrett's putting on right now.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to look up our schedule right now.
Because I know Steve said you guys were going to be involved in that, and it is still scheduled, and they're going to do the social distancing and
That's good.
do all that good stuff. So at least you're doing one hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I think once the new year starts and everybody starts scheduling stuff, everything is so up in the air now overseas. But I think they would probably be apt to send us around the United States quite a bit, if nothing else.
Mhm.
We hit probably more spots in the U.S. this year because of the COVID than we normally would have. But I'm thinking this year, they'll be sending us out again. We're hoping anyway.
Yeah, after some of the things open up, one of our members, Michael Boyle, said next time y'all's in Florida, he wants to buy you a beer. And it's just too bad y'all don't drink beer.
Yeah, it's terrible. I would never do something like that.
It'll have to be a Diet Coke, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or get beer in the face.
Okay, we'll take him
That was
up
a
on
good
that.
one.
We'll definitely
Yeah,
let him
that's a
buy
great
us a
offer.
beer. Well,
Yeah,
would be
That show was classic when George got the beer in the face.
yeah,
I just
that
thought
was
that was too funny.
The best part about that whole thing was that all the people that had come out to eat in that outdoor restaurant just erupted. They were just laughing so hard. It was awesome.
I wonder why.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was great.
The only thing in German I ever remember, because Tim speaks really good German. I mean, he went to college for it and everything. But the one thing in German that I have never forgot how to say was that sentence, that "Kipp das Bier in mein Gesicht." Throw the beer in my face.
Yeah.
Never forget it.
Oh, too funny. Oh, hey, Mike Mayo is asking, do both of your wives hunt with you? Metal detector.
Yeah, KG was just saying he was out with his wife yesterday or the day before, and
Yeah.
that's how Carlotta and I met. She was already like a gold hunter and stuff, and she's from Arizona. So, yeah, she's always hunted, and then I got her kind of converted into a relic and coin hunter, and so she goes out a lot too. This year she had major surgery, so she hasn't been able to go out. She had like two of her vertebrae in her neck replaced, so it was a major deal, and she hasn't been able to swing yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, now you're in Arizona, so are you doing a lot of gold nugget shooting or hunting for gold?
I don't really. I mean, I did belong to a couple of the gold clubs, and I've been out, and I don't know if you guys know Woody from that Superstition Mountains gold show that they had on for a while. He lives right here too, and we've gone out together and done some panning and stuff, and we always find gold because he knows what he's doing. But I'm just more of a coin relic guy. So like if I get the chance, I'll take my Apex out and run around and see what I can find. I know I'd probably be smarter to go look for gold because it's worth more.
Yeah.
Well, Tim
$2,000
is actually Tim's obsessed with old dumps too, so he could tell you how he really treasure hunts up in Arizona because it's not real old up there, but he's found a way to produce tons of nectar.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Well, I know that George, your wife hunts, and so does your daughter. And by the way, happy anniversary.
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, 25 years that poor lady's put up with me.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
she's a good hunter, and your daughter, as far as I think she does metal detect as well. But she's quite an accomplished deer hunter too, from some of the pictures I've seen.
Yeah, well, actually, I have two daughters. They both like one's 24 and the other one's 20, 23. I don't remember. I quit counting because that just makes me sound really old. But yeah, they both hunt, they both fish, they both metal detect. I mean, I have my oldest daughter in Montana. She's never really metal detected before, but we took her out with us out there, and she went crazy. We couldn't get her out of the field, So it's pretty cool that they do it. That's how I got another Apex, Tim. I ordered another one.
Yeah,
for free.
I actually still have my original prototype that doesn't even have the saltwater mode on it yet. It was one of the first test units. I still have that here too.
That's why you can't find nothing.
Oh, goodness. So do we have some more questions coming through? Oh, it's quiet tonight. So, Jeff, do we have a contest going?
Yes, we do. And I was just fixing to show everybody what they're going to win tonight. If y'all can see it, let me get it here so everybody can see it. It's Liberty coins. It's a 2 silver coin set. And everybody registered for that. We had well over about 150, 175 people between YouTube and the Facebook page. And the names have been drawn. Everybody knows that you have to be tuned in to win. And you've got 3 minutes after your name is called to either to text. If you're on YouTube, watching on YouTube, you got to text. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can either text or Facebook Messenger us. Now, my number to text is 850-545-1651. Phil, your number?
Is 813-732-7433. And make sure you text me. Don't ring the phone because it just doesn't sound good on the show here.
No phone calls. Text only or Facebook Messenger. Either one of us.
Yeah,
so,
hope I win.
The winner tonight, and he's got 3 minutes from it is 7:44. He's at 7:47. If he ain't called in, we'd go to the next name. Ron Plocker. Plotcher, you are the winner of this, so you got 3 minutes from now.
How do you spell it, hon?
Awesome.
Plotcher or Flotcher?
P.
P. Plotcher or Plocker.
Yes.
So Ron, you know how to pronounce your own name, I hope.
So anyway, yes, just give us a ring.
No ring.
Text us. No ring. I'm sorry. I'm doing it to myself. Just text us or Facebook messages. And guys, while you're on here, let's just continue with some questions. Now, you guys, well, that looks kind of weird there, George. Hey, when you're beach hunting now, you've been beach hunting with the new Apex. Have you guys used the Sea Hunter Mark II or other underwater detectors?
Yeah, I use that. I dove with that in Hawaii and here in a lake, just goofing around with it and stuff. And it's a PI machine, so obviously it's a completely different monster. But you know, I don't really use it a lot because generally when we're in the water, we're only about 10, 12 feet deep, and we can take our maxes in that deep. So,
Right.
and we're just more used to those, and you can discriminate everything out. With the other ones, it's got to be in more of a, a cleaner environment or whatever,
Yeah, so you're not digging all the iron.
Right, right.
And on the saltwater beach, the iron eventually will disintegrate. That's the good thing with using the Sea Hunter, because I have a lot of customers use Sea Hunter Mark II, and they just swear by it. They love it. Goes super deep.
Yeah, that's the trade-off, I mean, you can find, like, I found little tiny fishing leaders just, 1.5 feet, 2 feet down.
Yeah.
But you got to dig all those weird little signals.
Yeah, that's a tough one sometimes. I got my start detecting in saltwater with the PI, and that was I wouldn't do that at my age today. Now, 30 years ago, I didn't mind it. I had a lot of energy.
Right.
And I would just dig everything. My
Yeah.
wife will tell you, I wouldn't stop. I would just keep digging, digging, digging. But not today. No. Okay, so I had a couple people here ask me the same question. I know the answer to it, but I'll let you guys answer. Have you guys met Gary Drayden?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Gary's a
awesome.
pretty good guy.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tim.
That's all
y'all
you got.
were at events together, I think, down in Central Florida for one.
Yeah, we did. I think that's where we met him, was in Florida.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah,
I know
we had
you
an
saw him
arm
at the hunt there
contest.
over in Moss Park.
KG got
Orlando.
second.
Yeah. And somebody's just tormenting me. They said, ask you guys how you like the equinox.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? Is that a fishing pole?
No,
yeah, it's a carbon fiber rod
no,
with
it's
a
a car.
light handle on it, George.
Actually, it's Mark
Yeah.
Hoover. He's just razzing us. But it's
Oh,
actually a car.
Mark. Yeah, Mark.
The
Mark
Equinox-
needs to send more jelly to my house. I'm out of jelly, Mark.
Now watch, you're probably going to get a truckload of it. It's
I
going to
hope
be
so.
2 years ago.
So
Right.
did we get Ron to
Nope.
call
Nope.
in? Has it been that time?
It is, yep, it has drawn another name. And the next name is Larry Bauman. So, Larry, 850-545-1651, or Phil, yours,
813-732-7433.
or Facebook Messenger. So, let's get on it, guys.
Oh, if I wasn't on my phone, I'd
Somebody
be
just
buzzing,
did.
Bill.
Larry.
Larry.
Go, Larry. He got it. I
Larry
think that was
Bauman?
like- yes, he got it. That was like the fastest.
Oh, good. Well, Larry, what you
was
got to
really
do,
fast.
Larry, you got to send me your info so I can mail it out and send it to treasuretalkshow@gmail.com, and we'll get it out. I'm probably not going to mail it, excuse me, till after Christmas because of all the holiday mail that's going out. I don't want it to get lost, so you'll get it right after Christmas as soon as you can. So
Hey,
very
and-
good.
I was just going to say, Michael Boyle said you guys still owe him a user fees for using his Max at the Central Florida hunt 2 years ago. So that he was just sending that to us.
I'll give him KG's address. Have him text me, and then
Yeah.
can pay him.
Send the bill there. Yes,
I
absolutely.
will, yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll give him that free beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if we get all that jelly from Mark, from 3 or 4 years ago that he got for Christmas gift. I mean,
Yeah.
use it,
Yeah,
if
even
your cracks, you can patch it.
Right, right. And he even tried to cheat on one of our events one time when we had a competition. I think it was me and Ringy, and Phil was on Ringy's team, and I think they tried to cheat me out of a coin I found. I found an ancient rare coin, and Phil thought I brought it with me, but I proved him wrong. I won all the jam that year, all the jelly,
Oh,
all the hugs, the kisses, the high fives, beer.
I was shunned because I was a loser.
Hey, we all ended up with a whole bunch of wood ticks on us, though.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
It was
Well,
the
you
best
guys were
part.
trying to sneak a ride in the back of Phil's truck or something, wasn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Weren't
He
they
left it parked out in front of the motel.
at the hotel.
oh
know,
yeah.
so-
I got the picture in the shop, and everybody recognizes you guys. And I was when you texted me that picture, I was wondering, where's that at? They're on my truck. And then I realized we're in the same hotel. That was
Well, we
classic.
found it. We found a dead deer on the road. We were gonna put it in the back of the truck, but it stunk too bad.
Oh goodness. So
You had dinner.
yeah, too funny. Absolutely. So
Well,
Jeff,
you
do
looked
we
out
have,
your window and saw them crawling over your truck. You thought it was vandals.
It was.
It was.
so guys, the I guess your oldest coin then has come out of England then, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
got
what
a
is-
150 BC coin out of Europe too.
Okay. So what is your oldest US coin?
Oh
know-
man, the oldest coin I ever found in the U.S. was from the 1600s. It actually came from Yemen on a slave and tobacco ship. Found that on Rhode Island. That was actually on one of our shows.
Okay.
Yeah, but are you talking about like US coinage or
Yeah, well, you can answer them both.
because I know KG, you found a really awesome like 1793 or 4. I mean, it was in awesome condition. I still can't believe that. It has to be worth $2,000, if a penny.
Oh yeah, yep.
That
Sell
was
it.
that was beautiful. My oldest U.S. coin, it's 1800 something, I think. I don't know if I found any 1700 ones or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the trouble. If you don't write it down, you can't remember it. I think my oldest US coin is 1819 a penny, a large cent.
Nice.
I know whatever it is, it's a large cent, and it was 1800 something. And then I may have found one in the 1700s, but you can't read the date. You could just tell it was 1700s by the style, you know.
Mhm.
But a legible one, probably 1806 or 1803 or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, also, Greg Papella wants to know what you're drinking there.
Lemonade.
That's what I thought.
Lemonade Ultra or something, isn't it?
What's that?
Ultra lemonade.
Yeah.
Ultra lemonade. And you too, Jeff. What are you drinking there, buddy?
I am drinking Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Ooh.
Making sure. Now you're making me thirsty. So you guys are using the Apex now, and oh, there it is. He's got a German Pilsner.
That's
Oh,
ein Warsteiner.
All
so
right.
you're safe, George. He can't whack you with the beer in the face now. You're a
I
little too
know.
far
Okay.
away.
So
I'm
your
helpless
detectors
here.
that you're using now are the Apex, and I know you guys had the wireless setup on them, correct?
Right.
Right.
I knew you had to have that. And you're using the Maxes for backup?
Well, I'd say right now we're just using the Apex just because, you know, like George said, we were trying to get to a point where we knew it like the back of our hand, just like we do the Max. So really we're just using the Apex. But, you know, if we had to go to England again, you know, on a trip, I'm sure we'd bring both of them, and you know, because we always have 2 detectors with us. So
Yeah, I wouldn't make
Right,
that trip without a
right.
couple, without a good
Well,
bit.
the Apex is a little lighter too, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah, it's a lot lighter. Lot
and
lighter. Yep.
especially George and I hunt a lot with that Ripper coil, which is just the 8x5
Mm-hmm.
that was made specifically for the Apex. And when you put that coil on it, then it doesn't weigh anything. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I started out with an AT Pro, and I had the 9x5 coil on it. And then right now I'm using my Mind Labs, and I'm using the XP Deus. Now the XP Deus doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's so light,
Mhm.
and high
Right.
frequency coils and stuff. So
Yep.
Yeah, when the detector's light, you can hunt longer. That's just a
Right.
fact.
especially when you're my age.
Okay, Jeff, we won't talk about age now, buddy.
Speaking of that, it's so funny because when we were doing some of these videos and stuff, every once in a while I'll run across some old footage or whatever. And I was looking at some of the stuff like I stumbled onto some of that EMD footage that we had, KG.
You're
And it's
right.
so funny because we're both way skinnier, and like my hair was completely jet black. It was just weird, you know, to see it. We've been doing this a long time.
I know. I know. I don't know if I could do a flip anymore. It'd hurt.
Yeah. Well, it actually hurt back then. Now it would just really do damage.
Yeah,
Well, you
I've
just
got,
have to film you from the chest up, going, "Hey, you know, I found it."
I got some questions here. As how do you guys transport your detectors on the plane?
I
Either
normally
one.
just take the brain off, and I'll usually put the brain in my carry-on, and then I'll pack the rest in my checked luggage. That's usually what I do. I've never ever had any problem anywhere in the world I've went doing it that way. So I take the brain with me. That way, worst case scenario, I could duct tape the brain to a stick and still make a metal detector out of it, you know? So I always have the brain with me.
So you're taking
Yeah.
the housing and the coil with you, and leaving the shaft and the.
Well,
No, normally just the housing, the actual brain part of it. I usually pack the coil away with the stem and all that, you know. Coil
Okay.
hardly ever gets damaged, like I say, and if they broke the little knobs on there, you know, I could figure out a way to make that work. Sorry, my light went out.
There you go. Back on. Absolutely.
hey, one thing about traveling with your detector, like he says, that's kind of what we do. But you know how the airlines are constantly changing their rules, and it used to be where you had to put your batteries in your checked luggage. Now they want you to take them with you, and especially if you have lithium batteries, which are built into the Apex, that means you have to take the brain onto the airplane with you. So we do that anyway, but now even if you wanted to, you can't leave it in your luggage. So you got to take the brain with you at least.
Okay. Do they ever
Yeah.
make you turn it on and show them what it is?
I think about the zillions
Never.
of times we've been flying. Nobody's ever said, "Hey, what is that?" You know.
Mhm.
Right, right. That's it's nice to see Tim have to bring a brain with him.
Oh, it's a tough show.
Yeah, I tell you, it's a good thing his nickname's not Igor, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I guess we're getting close to the time. So
Yeah, we got 1 minute.
So let me just say some thank yous here to you guys for coming on today. And just remind everybody that your shop's open this week, tomorrow and Wednesday. You still got time to buy a nice Garrett metal detector for Christmas. So stop in and see me or give me a ring on the phone, 813-237-1939. And thank you, George and Tim. I appreciate you coming on here with us. It's always fun. And I look forward to seeing you guys out at some hunts in person in 2021. 2020 was a sucky year, so for outdoor hunts and for different events. So hopefully
Right.
2021 will be a whole lot better. and everybody be finding a lot of treasure. So thank you guys, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Jocelyn, for helping me with the questions. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
you, Jeff.
And Tim and George, we want to thank you so much. You made our Christmas show. We were so happy that you were able to come and join us and be with us. We want to extend a big Treasure Talk thank you, as well as the best holiday wishes to Carlotta and George, to your wife and daughters and everybody in your family. We just wish them well, and you're in our prayers. And Merry Christmas, and we will see you again.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
So,
Awesome.
everybody,
Yeah.
good night. We're out of here.
Thank you,
you
guys.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Bye-bye, guys.